let's get into this evidence. And with this evidence, we'll use to connect some dots, right? And this evidence will show you that when you decide to keep quiet, when you decide to see these various agendas marching on and you decide to keep quiet, in the long run, it's going to come and bite. Now, if you're a follower of the Most High, or you're a follower of Jesus Christ, or you're a follower of the Judah King, whatever you call yourself, Christians or otherwise, you need to understand a lot of you stay too quiet, right? And when I ask why the church is so quiet, the first thing I hear, we've got to use wisdom. We've got to use wisdom. Now look where we are today. Because what is happening to Christians as it relates to the LGBTQ community is not happening in any other religion. Because one thing the LGBTQ community knows, it knows its boundaries. It knows it cannot cross over into Islam. It's not happening. So they keep pushing and pushing and pushing when it comes on to individuals who are followers of Christ or Yeshua or the Most High or Christians or whatever name you guys call yourself, right? They know they can continue to push, and they can continue to bully, and they can continue to try to brainwash our children, because that is what this concerned individual was talking about. And somehow it offends to the point where she lost her job. Let us get into the evidence. Sacking of Christian school worker over post about LGBTQ lessons, unlawful court rules. A Christian school worker who was sacked after she shared Facebook posts raising concerns about lessons in LGBTQ plus relationships for primary school children has won her battle in the Court of Appeal. Christy Higgs was dismissed from her role as a pastoral administrator and work experience manager at Foremore's, a secondary school in Fairford, Gloucestershire in 2019 after a complaint from a parent at the school. Now, Higgs was dismissed after reposting and commenting on a message on her personal Facebook account that criticized the plans to teach the No Outsiders Equality program at her son's Church of England primary school. Really? The post referred to the brainwashing children and criticized the teaching of gender fluidity and the view that same-sex marriage was equal to the marriage between a man and a woman, which conflicts with Higgs' Christian faith. Okay. No. A man and a man getting married is not equal to a woman and a man getting married. It's not equal. Right? And why is it that when it comes on to the so-called Christian society, this agenda believe it can just bully and shove its way through? It cannot do this in Islam. They cannot do this in Russia. They cannot do this in China. Right? This woman has her own opinions. And somehow it offends them because how dare she speak about the Holy Grail, right? Because this thing known as the LGBTQ is ring fenced, and the people you vote for is busy out here creating laws. They are busy protecting this thing. Why? Why is it so important? Why? I mean, this lifestyle has been going on since the creation of man, right? This is not new. But all of a sudden, they want to ring fence this thing. Because when it comes down to the LGBTQ lifestyle, it was happening in heaven. And that is why this creature was thrown out of heaven. Right? That is where it started. But all of a sudden, they want you to accept it, bow down to it, ring fence it, create all sorts of laws. What's going on? And to make matters even worse, they want to push it onto the young minds of our children. This cannot happen in Islam. It can only happen in Christianity. Or should I say the people who follow the Most High, Yeshua, the Judah King, whatever name you call yourself, it can only happen to one particular group of people and nobody else. Right? Because everybody's going to stand on business. And if they don't believe in it, they're not going to hide. They're going to tell you, I don't believe in it, and that's it. That's the end of it. But somehow, this agenda feels it has so much power. It has so much power and privilege to push this agenda on you, regardless of how you are feeling. This is what happens when you stay quiet for way too long. Right? No, good on this woman for really fighting, because she has an opinion and she has every right to say, I don't like this. Right? A man and a man getting married is not equal to a man and a woman getting married. The two is not the same. One is described as an abomination. Right? Regardless of how members of the LGBTQ community is feeling in Britain, understand this is still a Christian country. Even though they are selling off the churches, even though people are not going to church, this is still a Christian country. There is people who still live here who have high moral and principle, regardless of how you're feeling. Nobody is preaching any violence against you. No one is saying that you shouldn't live your life, but things become a problem once you start to push this thing onto society, once they start to create laws, once they start to ring fence the golden calf, because that's exactly what the LGBTQ agenda is. It's the modern day golden calf that they want people to bow to. It's not happening. It's not happening over here, right? Silence is consent, right? And they cannot do this thing in Islam. They can't. They can't even think about it. But they feel themselves so much power to bring it to Christians. We need to pray and say, glory be to the Most High.